Hello MRH. This is a quick video tutorial that will help you log into Alio Intelligence and run the budget report for fiscal year 20. First thing, follow the link in the email that I sent you. Don't bookmark that yet. We'll do that in just a minute. Make sure that the system field is filled with the Alio app 77:6400. Make sure that's in all caps. Then your username, which will be your Alio username, @MRH, put that in lowercase. Then your password is temporary, but it's going to be your Alio username followed by the numbers 1, 2, 3. So for me, that would be a capital C, lowercase h, 1, 2, 3. And then once you log in, it will ask you to change it. Once you have all that done, click Log On. Now once you've logged in, go ahead and bookmark this link. That way, the next time you visit this page, the system and username fields will be already populated for you, so you won't have to worry about that. Alright, so you see I have a number of reports here. Don't worry about that. Find your Documents tab, click there. Some days this is faster than others. Okay, so this will be all the documents that you have. You will likely just have one or two, maybe none. But come down here. It's kind of hard to find. I've missed this more than a few times. This folders bar here. Go ahead and click that. And you'll see the public folders pop up. So in those public folders, we have an MRH folder. Go ahead and double click that folder to open it. Inside of there is a custom folder. Open that. Then we have budget reports. Double click that. Okay, so in here we have the budget development report version 20.1. This stands for version fiscal year 20, and this is the first version of it. If any corrections need to be made or I need to make modifications, that would be 20.2. Fiscal year 21, I'll name it 21.1. So on and so forth. So go ahead and double click this. That's going to run the report, open and run the report. You see how it says refreshing data there? So that's going to pop this screen up. It'll probably be blank for you. I've run this one a bunch of times as I was making it. But you'll want the 20-A here. That's the scenario number on the budget that we're working on. So just click refresh values. And you'll see that the other scenarios for the previous budget years show up. So we're focusing on 20-A, so double click that and it will move over, or you can click it one time and click these over arrows and that will put it over into the next box. Click OK and it will run for the current budget year. Now, it is only going to run the accounts for which you have permissions. So in my case, I have this set for technology. And the other trick is it will only populate once you've started putting data into that account. So you see there's only 2 accounts showing up. Well, there's a lot more than 2 technology accounts. But I haven't added information into those accounts in Budget Manager yet. So this is what you need to do. Go into Budget Manager, enter your line items. Once you've entered your line items and saved them, then you can come over here and run this report and it will give you a listing of what you've entered into Budget Manager. It's a much cleaner way to look at it than the reports we had last year. So I've also added this extra feature over here. So this is called Input Controls. So this gives you a list of values that you can change to. So if you are a person like our assistant superintendent that may have accounts at various locations, then clicking here will give access to those different locations. In most cases, you can just leave this to all values. Department, we've reviewed department in the budget planning document, but for me, I'm Department 52. As a principal, you'll likely have multiple departments. You'll have 52, you will have 20, and you may have a couple of others just depending on the programs that you manage. In most cases, you can leave this to all values. Then on project, this is the last set of numbers in the account string. Most of you will have quite a few of these. So if you were wanting to filter out, you can choose those from here. In a lot of cases, all values will be just fine. Most of you don't have more than a dozen or 20 maybe accounts. Buildings and grounds, you'll have quite a few. Assistant superintendent will have quite a few, so this might be where you'll want to filter through your project. And those all have descriptions here, so you'll understand what all those are as soon as you click the down arrow. For now, I will just leave this to all values. And you can see that in Budget Manager, I've entered these line items, and now they are appearing. If you wanted to print this report, it's totally fine. Just come up here to the print. It doesn't really print, it just exports it as a PDF. So I will do that. I'm going to open it real quick just to show you what it looks like. So it comes out looking relatively clean and simple. And I see that it's cutting that off on the page, so I'll make those adjustments. So when you run that, it will likely look a lot better than it does currently. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You all have my phone number, or send me an email, and I will make sure that we get you the help that you need. One other thing I should mention before I wrap this video up is you can run this for last fiscal year, which is actually the fiscal year that we're currently in. So if you wanted to remember what you budgeted last year, all you need to do is come up here to the refresh button, click this, and it will refresh the data and give you the scenario options again. So now I want to look for 19, so I need to come over here, click on the 20A scenario, hit the left arrow, then I'll remove it, come over here and double click the 19A scenario, which will run the budget report for last fiscal year, which is actually this fiscal year. Click OK. Okay, so now you can see there's a bunch of accounts that you all don't need to worry about. However, this will also give me the opportunity to show you how the input controls really work. So let's pick just the middle school. So now you can see that I have just middle school accounts. You know that by looking at this part of the account number, which is the fourth dimension, excuse me. That's always the location. So now I want to look for instruction, which is right here, the fifth dimension. And then you'll see all the different projects now show up. So I just want to look at music. So now just my music supplies account shows up. And I can do the same thing if I was buildings and grounds. We'll choose district office, come down here and choose, let's say, maintenance. And then I'm going to use all values. And now you can see all of the buildings and grounds accounts, or the maintenance accounts for buildings and grounds show up. So if you're one that has a number of accounts, you can use this input control area to filter out the ones that you're currently viewing. Okay? I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.